and you have the Decal editor. Let me load my game up here. Let's pick the small island. Let's pick let's see, the south road. Once the game loads, hit F11 to get into the world editor. Using WSAD, fly away from the car. Using W, fly forward, or you can hold down shift to move a little quicker. Come up here to this little intersection. Let me close all these windows in case nothing is on your editor. I would call this like a worst case scenario. You load the editor and you don't have anything to see here. There's very basic things that you should probably know before even making a road that you need to enable first. Come up to the window tab and you will see asset browser, inspector, scene tree. You're going to need the inspector and you're going to need the scene tree. The scene tree contains everything in the level. You may see something like this when it loads up. And there's a lot of stuff that goes into a level, a whole lot of stuff. Just click on these little arrows to close all the sub folders within the folders for the different things. So at the very bottom you'll see your player. If you're ever just anywhere on the map, you could be lost in the map underwater somewhere, double click on anything in here and you'll instantly be teleported to it by just left double clicking. Here we're back at our car. That should probably be the first thing aside from WSAD that you need to know about when you're in the world editor, because you can get lost really quick. You can accidentally hit the F key, which will teleport you to whatever happens to be selected. And you're like, where am I at? I don't know where I'm at. It's easy to just double click on something you're familiar with in your level that you're making to instantly be teleported there. It's happened so many times. So with the scene tree, you understand that everything in the scene tree basically is the level. Since we're going to be working with different elements of the level, you will need the inspector, which, just like a detective, it has all the details of something that you have selected. So up here in window, select inspector, and in here you will see whatever is selected, the things pertaining to that particular object or light, or whatever is in here that you got picked. Alright, now that is the inspector. It has all the details for everything. The next thing I want you to do is come up to the window, next to window in view, and click visualization settings. This tab, visible, I want you to come down to ground cover and select ground cover, and it will take away all the foliage. Alright, the next thing I want you to do is come up here to where this road comes into this dirt road. Okay. Now this is what are these squiggly lines here are the decals. Up here at the top you will see a tab called Decal Road Editor. Select it with the left mouse button and just move your mouse over the different sections of the road and you will see several decals. Left click on one of them, just one, and in the inspector window come down to material and these little dots, which you left click, drag this new box up and you will see many different materials. The particular one for this road is Utah Asphalt Road Dirt Edge. Selecting on one of the ones over here where the dirt road comes into the asphalt, you will see it is Dirt Tire Tracks 3. You can always just start typing in the name of the icon, the decal, and it will pull up everything with the word dirt pertaining to it. So these are Dirt Tire Tracks 3. Alright, close this, come over here to, and in case you closed it accidentally, back to View, Visualization Settings, Visible, and come down to where you see Decal Road and unselect it. Now what you see now is a lot more basic. Now the reason I'm showing you this is because before any road looks good, you have to start with a texture map, a base texture, something other than just nothing. So what I want you to do now is using WSAD, I want you to, let's fly over to let's see, maybe this will be a good spot. See this little house back here in the background. Okay. Now what I would like you to do is reselect the ground cover so that we can see the foliage. Now you can close this tab now just to get it out of the way. And up here at the top you will see a tool called Terrain Tools. It's right next to the Decal Road Editor that you selected to see the decals. Selecting Terrain Tools, you will see a Terrain Painter. You should see this new box appear with all the materials that are on this particular level that we loaded, the small island map. The first thing you need to know is this red or circular, this is your paintbrush size, which is changeable here. This is the pressure. It's just like an airbrush. The more or less paint that comes out the brush, obviously would be 100 be the most at any given time, or you can lower it to a lower setting for a lighter spraying. But instead of paint, we're going to be using these textures. You can slide this box, make it larger or smaller if you'd like to do that, just like you do any windows on your desktop. Pick Ground Model Asphalt. that's too small of a brush, if you have problems selecting 4 or 7, which is really difficult to get that lower number, you can change your mouse sensitivity. If you have a mouse that's got the different sensitivities, you can just click them. Makes it a lot easier to just have finer control. But once you get that number, select ground model asphalt, select a square, and you can either left click or you can hold down the left mouse button and start painting in that texture for the ground model asphalt. Go ahead and just paint in. I'm holding down my left mouse button once again. Just make this just all asphalt for now. Pick grass 2. And you can see how that paints in your grass. Pick mud. And you can see how that starts to paint in mud. Dirt, dusty. You can see how that starts to paint that in. You have beach sand. Dirt, rocky, large. Dirt and grass mixture. Just plain old grass. You kind of get the idea. Dirt loose. No, dirt dusty. Using dirt dusty on both sides. Pick again your asphalt. See how I did that? Come up here and then kind of paint off to the side. It's going to be your little turn in the road. Now that's pretty basic looking. That doesn't look very impressive at all. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to close this terrain painter. We're going to come back up here to the Decal road editor. Generally, from what I've seen, it starts off, there's no texture already selected. There's like a transparent texture. So you don't see anything when you first come into this Decal road editor. With the Decal road editor selected, hold down the Alt key and you will see a white ball. This will be the first node, and you can think of nodes as the beginning and ending of a long string or a piece of spaghetti. That'd probably be a better way to describe a node. I mean a spline, which is what you're making actually. It's like a spline, it's like a piece of spaghetti. And every node are the sections that you can move around to change the shape of that piece of spaghetti. So to begin, hold down Alt and left click to start your decal, which a decal is, like I said, is just a sticker. It's like a sticker, and wherever you move it, it conforms to the ground of the terrain. So left click, hold down, I'm sorry, hold down Alt, left click to start your decal, and then left click again, and then left click again, and again, and again, and again, and then release Alt. Now you will see all these nodes which move this decal around. Over here in the inspector, in materials, left click this little box and you'll see all the textures for this map. I'm sorry, all the decals for this map. The one that we're looking for, I already know the name of it, is Utah Asphalt Road Dirt Edge. Left click. Oh, I'm sorry. I had you turn that off. Come up here to visualization settings. Invisible Decal Road and recheck it. Okay. You see that Utah Asphalt Road Edge that we selected in the material. Now you can modify these nodes, and just like a piece of spaghetti, this can be moved around depending on the nodes that you have or where you got them. Now if you go beyond where you spray painted asphalt, you're going to see where, that doesn't look right. So keep that in mind. Now you notice the width of this, correct? This was all predetermined when you're in the Decal Road Editor by the default width. See, I already knew what I was going to be making, the edge of the road, so I left this 2, which applies globally to this entire piece. You can modify this later by coming over to the inspector while selecting a node while in the Decal Road Editor. You can modify each width up here in the node width if you would like to change this. Or you can hit Control A, select them all, and change them all at the same time. You can make it wider, if you really wanted to do something different than what the lower width would. Just keep in mind, when the more you stretch a texture, the less it looks correct. So we'll put all these back at 2. Okay. Holding down Alt, left click once again on the right side of the road, and just create one small section. Release Alt. Come over here in the inspector to the materials and select the Utah Dirt Road Edge once again. Something's not right, right? Right, it's wrong. So what you're going to do is, with the Decal Road Editor selected, translate, make sure that's selected, and that will actually, that's supposed to be selected anyway as long as you're in the Decal Road Editor, so just disregard that. But with this selected, move the icon around until it is the correct way for the road. See? Easy fix, right? Right. And you'll notice over here in the scene tree, you now have 2 instances of decals, since you made 2 of them. As long as the decal road editor is selected, you can go back to the first one you made, and you can scroll over and see how they now appear as the ones in the beginning of the video that I showed you. So with one of them selected, the one on the right, we didn't finish this, we stopped. So what we want to do is make this go around and follow where we painted this asphalt. So select this node. It's selected as long as it's white. When it's white, it's selected. Hold down Alt and it will create a new node without left clicking. You don't have to left click if it's selected. You just hit Alt and it will start another section. Here you will have to left click to make additional nodes. And we're just going to follow this on around. We're going to select this one, hold down Alt, and we're going to stop it right there. Don't worry if your paint is not exactly perfect. It's kind of difficult painting with a mouse button. I've done it for years, doing stuff on the computer. I even bought a tablet so that I could paint like I do traditionally, holding a pen, and I still prefer to paint with the mouse over the tablet, but the Wacom tablet, Wacom pen. But you can see our little masterpiece here. We done got our nice little road edge, and what we're going to do now is make some additional decals for the center. Maybe put some tire tracks, like tread marks, or we can put potholes, or we can put anything else in there. So with the decal road editor selected, we're going to create a new decal by holding down Alt, except this time we're going to change the default width from the very beginning to let's say 7. See how this looks. Hold down Alt. Now it's too wide. Let's try 5. Hold down Alt. Let's go to 4. Hold down Alt. Left click. Left click. Left click. Left click. Left click. Left click, left click. Alright, let's go over to our material in the inspector and look at some of the different. Take out the Utah if you happen to type that in earlier, and let's look at some of the different decals. Now some of these are textures for the mesh road, and some of these are different textures for some of the other things, but let's see what we got. track rubber. I wish that would stay in one spot. Can't anchor this one like I can some of the others. So like the inspector, while holding down the left mouse button, you can anchor it. Just can't do that with this one for some reason. It's annoying having to go get it every time, but okay, let's look for something for the center. That dirt track won't look right on here. Tread marks damaged. Tread marks clean. Oh, I like that one. I think I like that one. And just like the ones on the side, these can be moved around, you know. You can also select a node. Say, you know, I don't want that to go that far. You want to select a node and hit delete. Select a node and hit delete. You know, you can do that too. Say you don't want one to go that way. You know, you can do that. Say you want it to look like someone drove off this dusty little dirt road here and cut across this and, you know, headed down towards your new little road you made. Well, with the decal road editor selected, come over to the dirt road, hold down Alt. Make sure you're not make sure you don't have you're not continuing your other one, so you're starting a new one. Alright, we're going to find like not dirt road base, some dirt road tire tracks. I'm just going to see what they got under dirt. Dirt tire tracks. Okay. Alright, I haven't messed with this yet, so let's see. What I want to do is I want this to fade. So in the inspector with this node selected, let's see if I can in fade. Let's see how high the value will let us go. Let me see. Actually, that looks pretty good right there. That would be the start in fade. I'll drag this one over to here. That guy was a little drunk, you know. He come over and had a few too many. He said, Bernie, you should be driving, you know. Yeah, I got it. I can drive. I'm fine. All right, Bernie, you suit yourself. Well, you see, he drove off the road and he back onto the road. Yeah, he probably shouldn't have been driving, but you get the idea, I think, how this kind of all comes together. Alright, you also can, let's see, you do, here's something else that's in here, like potholes. There's some road damages. Let's see, let's make another one with our Decal road editor. Oh, see, that's what I meant. If you already got your road, if you're in the proximity, it'll just add to the one that you already got. Let's take this one out of here. Select these little nodes, or actually find it in your scene tree. That'd be a good thing to show you. Come over to your scene tree, find this one, which it'll see when it's selected, it'll be this one color. I dog it. Decal road editor. There we go. And delete it. Hit delete. Alright, let's make a different one. Let's just look at some of these different ones in here. I saw a damage. I'm going to type damage. So I saw something earlier in here that looked like potholes. Here we go. No, that's not the one. Asphalt. Here we go. That's a nice one. I like that one. And let's overlay that one with another one. Alright. Now let's fade the end of it. And then let's fade the end of this one. Fade the beginning. I think that would be with that one selected. Let's see, does this start the fade? Yeah. Okay. I think you got a pretty good idea then how this works. Let's real quickly do a dirt road. This would be a nice little recap. We'll make our dirt road connect to an existing dirt road. So with the terrain tool selected, that's about the right width. Let's find the dirt. Is it dirty? Dirt loose? No. Anytime you do something, you mess up, you say, oh crap, I hit the wrong thing. Hit Control Z as many times as you need to get back to the fix your mistake. The dirt dusty. Yeah. No, I think that one. I think there's a decal for that. If not, yeah. Let me. You know what? Let me back. Okay. Now we got that little piece. Close our terrain painter. Come back up to Decal Road Editor. Let's start on the other end. Hold down Alt. Yeah, that's about the right width that I want also. So holding down Alt. Let's come up here. Alrighty. get that in, kind of like in the center there. Alright, now let's come over to our decals. I saw a dirt road in here earlier. That's mostly just a base, dirt road base. There we go. There we go. I like that.